Hey, Joel here with your next daily tip. We're going to talk today about email deliverability and how to improve it. Um, so, when you send email through the software, we will send it using our own servers by default. But if you want to get better deliverability, it's best if we route the email to be sent through your own email server. And that way, when the customer gets it, their email server will know it came from you and not from someone pretending to be you, because that's kind of how the way we send it if you haven't set up email integration. And so we can set up the system here to integrate into your email server. The way you get to that is you go to settings here and then email preferences. You'll get the page looks like this. This smtp is the part for sending. And so if you're using a Gmail email address for your company email, you'll want to hit yes and hit grant Gmail permissions and follow the steps there. If you aren't using Gmail, you also want to hit yes. And we want to typically leave this off. Otherwise, most likely your email server will block you. For any email service that's like Gmail or Yahoo or something, they're going to limit how much you can send. If you're running your own email server, then you're going to want to set this to yes, because it can handle probably bulk emails. All right, so for finding these details out, a lot of times you just have to search for it. So you might say, for example, Gmail SMTP settings, and then it'll tell you what to use for them. Okay, this is going to be the server, right? So we'll put that in here. So like I said, if you're using Gmail, this is the best way to go through it. But for our example here, you'll put the server in there. For the port, you can use something like whatever they recommend, 587 here. A lot of times if they have an SSL one, it's a slightly different setup. Sometimes you have to put it in 465 SSL and then put the server name in. It's not critical that you do it that way. Port 25 and port 587 are the common ports for this. So if you're having trouble when you hit the test login button, you can try switching the ports around. You can try adding this if you're using the 465 port. If you're having trouble, just contact us. We'll help you figure it out. And then for the email login and password, a lot of times it's your email address, or sometimes it'll be just the first part of your email, depending on your settings, and then whatever your password is. Now, for some services like Gmail and Yahoo, you may have to set up what they call an app password for it. And so that'll be just specifically for this integration. But we recommend using a company email, not using a Yahoo or Gmail or AOL email address. You'll get much better deliverability if you set up your own email service. So it's at yourcompany.com. And so if you're using us for your website, we can set up an email account for you for free. You just got to let us know that you're interested and we'll set that up. And then we'll provide you the info here to put in or do it for you. And then you can have your own personalized company email and you'll get much better deliverability for that. If you haven't heard, we're giving away websites, so essentials websites. So if you're using an older website or you're looking to do an upgrade, this is a great chance to get that set up. So we can do you a new website and do you a company personalized email address and get this integration set up, and you'll see much better deliverability. So the last part down here, the IMAP stuff, this is for us tracking your incoming emails that customers are sending to you. You only need to use that if you're using our CRM integration. Otherwise, you can ignore it. This top part here is just for sending. So as for this last setting up here, most people are going to want to have it be company email. So that's so that when a customer gets an email, it's always coming from a standard whatever email address, like info@yourcompany or whatever you use. If you set it to the logged in person and you've got multiple sales reps, then it'll appear like it came directly from that sales rep and not from a general email box. It really just depends on how you guys manage your emails. If a sales rep goes on vacation for 2 weeks, unless you're monitoring his email address, you'll miss those. So however you guys manage it, that's what you'll set. But most people will use company email for that setting. If you do use a logged in user's email, you'll need to go into, or you'll want to go into each worker's account and set up an SMTP integration as well. for each one of those emails that the sales reps or whoever sends emails will use. So hopefully that's helpful. There's other stuff that we can do for improving deliverability of email. It can be super complicated. They have SPF records and DKIM records and all that stuff to help with it if you're running your own email server. But just know that if you have us set it up for you, we handle those things for you. We have to make a few changes on your DNS, but we'll walk you through that process. So if you're interested, just comment or send us an email. Thanks.